Good morning students, welcome to the English class. I am Dr. Tripti Gupta from Shivjyoti Education Group Kota. Today we are going to take up the revision of chapter number 1 from your first flight book, A Letter to God. So students, let us take up first we will start with the chapter. Here is basically we will take up the thematic summary, and then we will take up the other important aspects like theme and character sketches. Okay. So, let us start with the summary here. Now, here this story is about a very hard working farmer, Lancho. Okay. So, Lancho, a farmer who was there, his house was the only one in the entire valley. Okay. It was on the top of a hill. His fields needed a good harvest. So, his house was a solitaire house. It was alone there on the top of the hill, and that is why he needed a very good harvest in the crop in his fields. Okay, that was very much required on that time, and that is why he was looking towards the sky hoping for rain. He was expecting that for a good shower, a good rainfall, so that he can have a good amount of produce in his field. Okay. During the meal, big drops of rain began to fall. He went out to feel the rain on his body. So, when he was taking his afternoon meal, he just felt that the rain has begun and it has started falling down. So, there were big drops, and he just went outside his house to get a feel of that first rain. And what he found, that very big drops were falling down. Okay. Now, raindrops were like coins. Lancho was initially, he was very satisfied. He was very happy that at least now the rain has started after a long wait. Okay. The drops of the rain were like coins. They were very big drops, like a 10 paisa, 10-cent coins. Okay. A big drop were 10-cent pieces, and the little ones were worth 5 each. So, they were very big drops which were falling down. Okay. And suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and Lancho was been very worried about his crop because the plants were very young, and and the size of the drops, they were they were very big, and probably they will destroy the crop. So, Lancho was worried about that what will happen to his crop. Now, slowly this rain, the weather gets more worse. So, the rainfall was moving towards even worse condition, and along with the rain, it came very large hailstones. Hailstones, which we call in Hindi as ole. Okay. So, they truly did resemble silver coins. They were of big size, and they were resembling like the size of a silver. They were resembling silver because they were white in color. Okay, they were sparkling, and the house, the field and the hillside were covered with the white hail. So, everywhere, every place, his complete field, his house, the hilltop, every place was being covered by those hail. Not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. So were the flowers. Lancho was sorrowful. They would have no corn that year. So, because of that hailstorm, because of that hailstones which covered the complete area, all the vegetation, the flowers, the crop, the corn plantation, everything was being totally destroyed, and this made Lencho to be very sad, and he was in deep grief that what will happen to his family, how they will eat. So he was worried also, and he concluded, the conclusion was that in that particular year they will not have any produce of corn. So how they will actually how they will survive for the complete year. Now single hope was been there, that is he can, since he had a very strong faith and belief on God, so he found that the only help that he can get was that he expected was a help from God. So Lencho thought that there was only one hope, and it was the help from God. The following Sunday he wrote a letter to God. Now see the innocence of this character here. He, in a very innocent manner, he wanted to convey his problems, the things with the pain and sadness and the problems he was been facing because of all that situation, because of the hailstones. So he just started writing a letter. On Sunday he wrote a letter to God, and what he wrote in that letter, he wrote that if he did not help, his whole family would die because they are not having enough food to survive. So he wrote that aspect in his letter. He needed 100 peso in order to sow his field again and to live until the new crop came. So now what he asked a help from God, that he needs a help of 100 peso, so that in that amount he will be able to sow his field again with, so that he can grow the new crop, and meanwhile during that time period he will be able to survive with the help of that money. Okay. So he wrote to God on the envelope, placed a stamp on it and dropped it into the mailbox. This was another aspect. So after completing the letter, he took an envelope, and on that he just wrote to God. That was the address which he wrote, and then he placed the stamp, and that letter was been dropped there. Now what happened when this letter was having, since it was having a very strange address. Okay, so one of the postmen who read the address laughed heartily and took it to the postmaster. So now this was a very strange thing was there, a letter been addressed to God. So the postman, who collected that letter, he was been laughing, and he shared that letter with the postmaster. The postmaster was quite a friendly and pleasant man. Okay, he too broke out laughing, but soon he became serious. So first, initially postmaster also laughed a lot on that strange aspect of that letter, and they but immediately after that laughing session, he was being very serious and thinking about that how strong belief that person must be having who has written a letter to the God, and he must be so innocent that he has written his grief and his pain in that letter. Okay. So he realized that the sender of the letter had great faith in God. He didn't want to shake the writer's faith in God. He decided to answer the letter. So when he read the letter, he was so deeply moved by that letter that the person is having a deep faith, and what he wanted, that so innocent and so truthful faith which was being shown by the person, that should not be broken. Okay, because how it is possible that God will come and help him. So here he decided that he will try to answer the letter, and he will try to help the person. Now help from the postmaster. In this section, the generous postmaster collected money from his employees. He himself gave a part of his salary. Now, with this intention to help Lancho, the postmaster, he collected money on a charity basis. Everybody voluntarily they gave contributed in that amount. He also gave a part of his salary, and finally an amount of 70 peso was being collected. Okay, all the money he could collect in an envelope was being sent to Lancho by mail. So, a proper reply was being written, and in that envelope the collection, which was of 70 peso, was being kept in that envelope, and it was sent to Lancho. Now, after that, Lancho was anger against the post office employees. Now, what happened here? Lancho had a firm and unshaken faith on God. Now, when he received the reply, he was expecting a reply from the God, because he had a complete faith, and that was been unshakable faith. Okay, so he did expect help from God, that he was been expecting. Okay, when he received the money, he was not surprised at all that the help has been, the money has been sent by the God. He was not at all surprised. He was expecting that God will certainly help him. Okay, but his happiness was just for some moments. After that, when he counted the money, he found that the money, he became very angry after counting the money. Why? Because he believed that, what he believed? He believed that God could never deceive him. Okay, he cannot be betrayed by God. The God, he had a complete faith on God, and his trust was so intact that he took it in a different perspective, that God cannot deceive, he cannot send me less money. So, he would have certainly sent me 100 peso, but somehow in between on this way, probably the money has not reached me completely. Okay, he must have sent it completely. Now, with this assumption, he believed that God could never deceive him. Immediately, he wrote a second letter to God now and posted it. Now, what happened? Because he was being angry, he just wrote another letter and he posted it again. Okay. The postmaster opened the letter eagerly. Lancho wrote that he received 70 peso that had been sent by God. He acknowledged there in that letter that he is really thankful of getting that he has received 70 peso. Okay, but then he requested God to send him the rest of the money. That means the remaining 30 pesos. So, he requested for the remaining amount also, and he asked God not to send the money through the mail. So, what he asked, he also wrote in the letter another request, that don't send the money through post office, through mail, because he was suspicious about that probably the post office people, they are not trustworthy, probably they are corrupt people. So, that is why the amount which was being sent by you has not completely reached to me. Okay. So, what he said, the post office employees were a bunch of crooks. So, a bunch of crooks means they are not trustworthy people, they are not good with their intentions, probably they must be the corrupt people. That is why your help has not reached me completely. Now, with this in this manner he wrote the second letter to God. So, this is how this story ends over here with this second letter. Now students, let us move to the another aspect of this chapter, that is a very important aspect here, that is the character sketch of the story. With the characters here, the protagonist here is Lancho, okay, the farmer. So, first we will take up the character sketch of Lancho. Lancho was a man of limited means and earned his living by farming his fields. He had an unshaken faith in God. He believed that God always helps people with a clear conscience. So therefore, when he lost all hopes and he and his family were on the verge of starvation, he looked towards God for help. Now, this because he had a deep faith, so his deep faith in God even impressed the postmaster who decided to help him. This his trust, his unshakable trust, his faith on God, that certainly God is there and he will help him in this situation where his family is being at the verge of starvation. It has become difficult for them to survive. So even the postmaster also realized that this man has an unbelief, that this is a very strange thing. He had never found any person to have such a strong belief on God. So while he had an unshaken faith in God, he mistrusted easily the motives of men. See, he had a very strong faith on God, but he really had a great distrust on men. So when he was being helped by the postmaster, he considered that probably the amount which he has received is less, just an act of people in between, maybe the people from the employees of the post office. Okay. So he could never know, or nor did he ever try to know who had sent him those 70 peso to help him. It is quite ironical that he abused his helpers by calling them a bunch of crooks. This shows that Lencho was an extremely innocent person, not able to understand this concept that probably God cannot come physically to send him money. So there must be some person who had sent this money to him, and that's why he was been still complaining to God that I trust you that you cannot deceive me, but somehow somebody has deceived me in between, and that is why I have not received your help completely. Now we have another character here in the story, that is the postmaster, and we can see the postmaster has all that is good in human thinking and behavior. We can find him to be a very generous, kind, considerate, very sensitive person. Okay, he has a thorough understanding of a sharp, sympathetic and sensitive mind. He knows how the mind of a God-fearing rustic like Lencho works. So he was enough sensitive, enough intelligent to understand that how a person like Lencho, who has a great belief on God, how his mind is actually working, how innocent he is. Okay, he doesn't want to break the deep faith of Lencho in God. First, he laughed at man who wanted to have a direct correspondence with God, and the way innocently he adopted the medium of writing letter, posting it in the post office, and then asking the God to help. So this was a so innocent means of communicate, of the way he adopted to communicate God. Okay, so he first laughed at that innocence. Okay, after reading the letter, he was deeply moved and impressed by Lencho's faith in God. He knew that merely goodwill was not sufficient. Okay, so that means if somehow he will not help Lencho, probably this faith will be broken. Okay, so the farmer needed financial help. So he collected a sum of 70 peso from his employees. He also contributed a part of his salary and sent the money to Lencho. So he was being really a generous person. He took an initiative in order to help Lencho, and in that initiative he collected amount which was being contributed by other employees, and he himself also came forward sharing his own salary and helped Lencho. So this was our another nice character of the story. Now let us move to the theme of the story here. This is a story of hard-working farmer, as we have seen Lancho. He is expecting a good harvest that year, and this year if it rains. So the rain does come, bringing brief happiness. For a brief time the happiness was been experienced by him, and later on, however, a hailstorm follows the rain, destroying all his crop. So finally his crop was being destroyed because of the weather conditions. Now being deeply hurt, he looked towards God. Now the only hope was being left, that was a help from God. So having an unshaken faith in God, he writes a letter to him demanding 100 peso. This amount is sufficient enough to sow his crop again. So he posts that letter in a manner to correspond to God and ask him for the help. The postmaster has a hearty laugh when he reads it and shows it to the postman. He shares that letter to the postmaster. The postmaster, being a generous man, decides to help Lancho. Now, being a very considerate, generous, kind person, see, he wanted to keep that faith of Lancho to be intact, so he decided to help him. He gives a part of his salary and collects money from other employees also, and he sends 70 peso to Lancho. Lancho's happiness was momentary up till when he received that letter. He was been happy because he was been expecting that help from God, but when he counted the amount, his happiness disappeared. Now God can't deceive him. It is the work of post office employees. He writes another letter to God asking him not to send the remaining 30 peso by mail, as post office employees are a bunch of crooks. So now what happened here? When he received that amount, he just made an opinion that probably God must have sent him the complete amount, but this must be an act of the employees of post office who have not delivered him the complete amount. So he requested for the remaining 30 peso, and sharing his suspicion about the post office employees in that letter. The lesson shows three things here. It shows Lancho's firm faith in God. His faith is rewarded through the helpers as are human beings. So his faith was being, to keep his faith intact, finally he was being helped by human beings here. Okay. Secondly, it shows the utter innocence of farmer Lancho. This shows that how innocent he was, that he was not even able to understand the concept of the real world, that really God cannot come down and help him like that in a physical manner, helping him with sending him money. Okay. Thirdly, the lesson gives a message also that sometimes even your generosity is not recognized. At times it happens, then you are being at the helping end, you are being so generous and kind, but this feature, this aspect, this trait of your personality is not being considered, is not been given due acknowledgement. Okay. So you may not get any credit for your generosity and kindness, but on the other hand, you may be misunderstood as a bunch of crooks. So even it is possible that your help may be mistaken, may be misunderstood, and you may not get the correct due credit of your help. So this is how the complete theme of the chapter is been here. So students, I hope you will be able to understand the chapter well here. I would suggest to prepare the chapter well. Thank you, students.